Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode of the Weekly Compass, we're going to take a look at the week of December 28th, 2020 through January 2nd, 2021. So happy New Year, everyone. We made it. Okay, so we start this week off with a one energy. And that one energy is really focused on individuality, a fresh start, new beginning, identity. So really focused on that almighty I am energy. And you can fill in the blank with whatever intention and knowing suits you. But really be mindful of what you be after the I am, because that is divine energy. And so use your intention, use that inner knowing and use that, be that visionary of that one energy as you go after those goals and what you are focused on as we move into 2021. So we end the week with a two energy, and that's really going to be more about this energy of adaptability. So, which is really, really appropriate as we enter this 5-year of change and exploration. So the key word as we move into January 2021, which again is a 5 universal year, the key word is going to be adaptability. So really think of yourself as a really flexible vine or tree that kind of moves with the winds of change, because we are going to see quite a bit of change, but we're also going to have opportunities for a wide array of exploration. And it's through that exploration that we'll get to decide and choose what we want to build. So that's kind of the energy that we're looking at overall. I pulled an animal spirit card to kind of get again, the message from the spirit animals, what the energy may hold. And this is so in line, again, with this 5 energy that we're moving into or kind of shifting into. We got Roadrunner spirit. And Roadrunner says, keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. And again, I think this is really critical as we move into, from this 4 very serious, structured energy of that four universal year energy of 2020 into this more free, expansive, exploratory energy, frequent change energy and transformation of this 2021 5-year. So as things get a little bit or feel a little bit chaotic or topsy-turvy, as change can sometimes feel, just remember that Roadrunner's message this week, and as you move into this new shift of energy of 2021, to keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. I think that's going to be really, really important, and that's going to be sort of your lifesaver as we move through this new energy, which is also the beginning of the Aquarian age. So lots to look forward to, lots to be excited about, but definitely if you move into this energy, just taking things too seriously and trying to control everything, is going to make the journey a lot more uncomfortable. Okay, so you have the choice. As we move into the beginning of the week, we have this energy of sort of looking back over 2020 and really having the opportunity to pull the wisdom from the lessons and the experiences and decide how we want to use that wisdom on our journey forward as we forge these new paths and as we make these new choices in 2021. So something that's really, really important is it's kind of easy to get stuck looking back over 2020 and being like, oh, I'm so glad this is over. I'm ready for, a major shift or a new change. Let's just be done with it. But it's really important, to really pay attention to those times that were the most challenging or the most difficult, because that's where the most, wisdom lies. That's where the most golden nuggets lie. And so the more that you can collect of those and take them on your journey, the more resources and beneficial, more beneficial that wisdom is going to be for you as you move through this 5 energy of change and exploration and finding your footing. So again, there may be this energy of sort of nostalgia a little bit, and there may be some sadness that comes with that, not because you miss 2020 or want to relive it, but because maybe you didn't get to do the things that you wanted to do this year, or you weren't able to see the people that you wanted to see. However it comes up for you, there can be that sense of nostalgia or sadness or whatever. For the things that could have been but weren't possible this year. But then there's also that opportunity to decide how you want to work with that energy, right? You can make that decision. You know what? In 2021, I'm going to find a way to, do the things that I wanted to do, maybe in a different way, but to again, take that wisdom from 2020, take it with you as you move forward and use it to your benefit, right? So you get the choice, you get to decide. You can either look back over 2020 with regret and, frustration or anger or any of those lower vibe energies, or you can kind of look back over it with this energy of like, wow, this was a tough year, but look at what I learned. Look at everything I'm able to take forward. Look at how much stronger I am. This is an opportunity, again, to kind of take notice of how far you've come. A lot of times we like to beat ourselves up and be like, oh, I could have done better, or I should have done more, or whatever the case may be. But this is really an opportunity to, as we close out this calendar year, to look back over the year at some of the struggles and some of the challenges and look at how you overcame them. Look at what you accomplished. Even though things look very, very different this year than pretty much any other year, that we can, recently anyway, your resiliency came up, your ability to find new resources came up. So all these things, this is an opportunity at the beginning of this week to really take a look back over 2020 and decide what you want to take forward and to really give yourself credit for how far you've come, right? Don't beat yourself up. Just pause, breathe, and give yourself credit. Pat yourself on the back, give yourself that accolade if you need to. But there's 2020 was not an easy year. 4 years can be very challenging at times. And 2020 was that. And so again, but it's an opportunity for you to see like what resources you acquired, what new skill sets you acquired, what did you learn about yourself that you never knew you had before within, right? And what can you take with you as we move forward into this new year? So I feel like there's going to be this opportunity for sort of introspection, reflection, the beginning of the week. And again, you'll have an opportunity to either beat yourself up or fall into self-pity or any of those lower vibe energies. And of course, we all get the green, the free pass to sort of sit in that for a little while if we feel it's necessary because 2020 was difficult. But at some point, you have to make the decision to move above it and beyond it. And so, again, I feel like there's going to be this opportunity to kind of look back over 2020, decide, what weren't you able to do that you wanted to do, and how can you do it differently in 2021? What were you able to accomplish? What were you able to pull from those challenges to help you on your journey forward? So again, it's that decision of which energy you want to fall into, because I feel like we're going to have an opportunity to kind of do that as we get closer to the close of the calendar year. Then we move into midweek, and it's interesting because there's sort of this big potential for new insights and opportunities that could yield truly fantastic results in the long run. And I want to mention that because I think it's really important to remember the energy of 2021 is sort of this this exploration energy. So it's not necessarily like it's going to yield these quick results or instant gratification, but it has a lot of potential. So it's kind of like what we start, what we explore upon, what we build upon in 2021 has the potential to yield really, incredible results, but we just have to sort of understand that it may not be that instant gratification. And I think if we get too hung up on the instant gratification, there's going to be some disappointment there. So it's important to just kind of remind yourself that temperance is key, to kind of continue to temper your movement forward and your journey, and understand that as long as you say yes to the opportunities and are able to see them for what they are and what the potential is, and if it feels right, say yes, and sort of really ward off any of that self-doubt, or again, that need for instant gratification. Now, some things may, provide that instant gratification, and that's great. But I feel like, again, 2021 is really going to be about more the exploration and really being able to allow things to organically grow within your life, but from the seeds that you plant, and that you're deciding what seeds to plant through the exploration. And so again, I feel like there's some opportunities that may come in for some of us. The opportunity could be missed if it's like if you don't give it a chance or see the potential of what it could be, right? So again, it's kind of like if something shows up and you're just like, well, that's so small, that how could that possibly yield any great results? Then you're missing the potential of it. So again, you're being asked to embody that one energy of the visionary energy, right? Of being the one who can see the greater picture and again, that potential, while also staying focused on the details. So, and while remaining adaptable. Again, that's going to be such a key word as we move into and move through 2021. So again, just as we hit midweek, pay attention to those opportunities that come knocking on your door, even the ones that seem really small, because sometimes those are the ones that hold the greatest potential. We have to live in reality as well. So it's like, be realistic, and be okay with showing up with intention and then allowing the universe to reveal the next steps when the time is right. And allowing things to unfold again organically, where it's not like you have to have the control of when that seed sprouts. So I think that's going to be really important to feel into as we move midweek. Any opportunities that come up for you doesn't mean that you have to jump on them. It just means entertain them, right? Like just really take it in. Again, remember Roadrunner's message of keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. So if an opportunity comes in, entertain it, play with it, just see how it fits in your journey. And then you get to decide what you want to do with it. But don't sort of discount it too early without giving it a fair chance. And then with also not expecting those instant results, okay? Then we move into the end of the week, into that 2 energy, and the start of 2021, and there's this feeling of looking to the future with a renewed sense of excitement. So, that kind of comes every year at the start of the new calendar year, it seems like. But this year it feels much more pronounced. And what's really coming in is this sense of a new direction or a new path, but with new relationships. So that feels very, very key. Again, this is a general reading, so it's going to, if it resonates for you, great. If not, that's okay, leave it. But again, it feels like this new direction or looking to the future and trying to, again, it's really that exploratory energy, but looking to the future and really deciding for yourself who you want to bring along that journey with you. And this could be new people entering your life, or this could be old relationships with sort of a newfound sense of unity. And so it could be somebody from the past that comes in that now, again, that timing is right. Or it could be somebody new coming in from your soul tribe who you haven't met before, but that just clicks and that makes sense. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be business related. It can be, friendships, whatever, whoever it is that helps you feel supported as you explore, as you move forward on your path. The key is to be decisive at this time. Where do you want to go? What do you want to build? What do you want to explore? What do you want to explore? And who do you want to take with you on that journey? right? Who do you want to be a part of this next chapter? So this energy feels very, very light, very loving, very supportive. And again, it feels really exciting. And so, really allow that energy to embrace you as you move into 2021 while maintaining your sense of humor. Because remember, keeping that sense of adaptability and an open mind are going to be your greatest assets in 2021. Okay. So, I hope that this is a really nice week for you all. I think that it's going to hold some excitement again because it's that shift in energy. And even though it might feel minimal at first, I feel like we're all going to feel it in some way. That shift from that 4 energy into that 5 energy. And that doesn't mean that there's not going to be chaos. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be discord or any of those things. It just means that we get to choose how we move through that energy. We can either do it really like with a sullen attitude and, a bitter attitude, or we can keep our sense of humor and roll with the punches and go with the flow, right? And be adaptable. The more adaptable you can be, the more like a chameleon you can be. And that doesn't mean that you do that while giving up your own truth. The more adaptable that you can be while maintaining your own integrity and truth, the more resourceful, the more resilient, the more successful you're going to be as we move through this new year. So I hope it's a powerful, beautiful week for you all. I'm looking forward to seeing what this new 5 energy will bring. I think it's going to be exciting. So I will see you all in the new year. Take care. Bye for now.